Hey, I'm David Rizika. I'm a DP, and this is a brand new YouTube channel called Project Real. These next 3 episodes, I'll be sharing my knowledge about DPing. This commercial was made for Trupanion. It's a pet insurance company. This was a Spec Commercial. And a spec means that I did it on my own. I actually put my own money in it. I'm investing into myself to hopefully better myself for the future, to get more jobs, to get the jobs I want, and not the ones that just come to me. You know, sometimes you feel like you're in a rut doing those kind of little jobs here and there, and you're always looking at somebody else doing the jobs you like to do. So here I am trying to do the job I like to do. Let's hope this will bring more jobs like this to me. I already did this few times. I already did multiple commercials for one company that I did a spec for first. So this commercial was done in about half a day, and we had a crew about 12. I tried to minimize it to as little as possible because this was actually functioning hospital. They had patients coming in and out, and we couldn't impede with their daily functioning. So I tried to minimize the impact, but it was still quite a bit. I'm actually very thankful to the Central Hospital of Veterinary Medicine in Guilford, Connecticut, that they let us use their space for about 5 hours. And we were creating quite a crowd, and I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful that they let us do it. So this commercial, we will talk about only certain scenes, and then for the next 2 episodes, we're gonna break down the other scenes. But I want to talk about, before I talk about it, let's talk about the gear I used. I used Alexa 35 with ultra prime spherical lenses, and I was thinking of using anamorphic, but because of the restriction, well, I made my own restriction, but I was thinking about the company, how they're going to use this ad. And because the TV commercials are not played on TV anymore, everything is social media, and they like things vertical. So for those reasons, I recorded the shots in open gate, meaning it was very squarish. So we have an easier way to extract vertical videos. There's actually one shot where I AI the top because I needed more space. Actually, it's in this episode. So let's get to the shots. I want to run you through from beginning till the final shot. We started with, I'm starting a location scouting. You probably do location scouting. I'm starting with a tech scouting, but you probably do location scouting before you do tech scouting. But I already been to that place I knew, and this was the only place I could use. They were very gracious of letting us using it. So we had to make it work. First, I have this app, I don't know the name, but I figure out what time the sun will be and where. And here, before like 7:30, the sun rises, and then it goes around this way. The windows are about here. This is the entrance. There's another window here. So I knew around 12:30, there's the one direction of the sun I would like to use instead of using lights. Unfortunately, we had cloudy days, so I was not unable to use sunlight at all, and we had to use augmented light, meaning our own lights. And we're gonna get to it later. Here is a video of me using it's not a Sunseeker, but it's some kind of app I have on my phone that I use for SunPad, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to figure out, here's a video of me trying to figure out the SunPad, so not really important, but you can see what I'm doing. Here I am figuring out that at 8 o'clock, it will probably light coming from that direction. At noon, we are shooting this video is shot at noon. You can see 12:14. This is where, let me actually pause this for a second. Oh yeah. Do you see let me pause this. Ooh, come on. All right, perfect. So you can see this is a perfect time to get backlit. This is what I wanted. This is what I was trying to figure out. This is gonna be another episode for this direction.
But that's what I was figuring out. Like, where is the sun coming from this window? Another thing I was trying to figure out is this area. How is the sun shining through this window, and what can we do to bring sun in this area? We ended up, with a light here. Yeah, so as I said, we had a cloudy, so I had to use a light. So let's go further with other location scouting. All right, here we are figuring out the outlet situation. This wasn't an issue because this is the hospital. They are expected to be, have equipment that draws a lot of power. So I was not worried about fuses being popped. But if you have an older house where you're shooting, it could happen. So in those situations, I find out where the fuse box is. So if that happens, I can go pop the fuse. But yes, even with your LEDs, if you have quite a bit, it could happen. If you have a 1200 and a 2600s, I mean, regular outlet can handle like 1800 the most. Even that is maybe pushing it. So that's what I was figuring out here. I think I went to see also outside. I didn't find outlet on that day, but there is actually, let me pause this. There's outlet here around the corner. I found it on the day of the shoot, but there wasn't an outlet there. So that's what I was figuring out there. Here's just more outlet finding because we wanted to use outside lights outside. Yeah. So here you can see like how this area looks from outside. Here's the window. And here's another window behind the corner where we used the 1200. We put the 1200 about here for the other scenes. And here, I think we talk about that main window in the lobby. That's the, let me see. Yeah, that window. This window, which is later on here somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, that's this window, right? All right. So it's just hitting this wall, right? Do I have a better shot? Or you can see it later on the shoot. See, that's the light which is creating through the window. But this is actually our light 1200. It's not this. This is not the light. There's not a light outside. Let me see if I can find it now. Nope. I think it's here. Oh, yeah, there it is. So first I thought I was going to use a reflector because I was thinking of using sun. And this was a silver side of this is a Home Depot 4x4 I made. They sell those styrofoam insulation. One side is white, the other one is silver. It's perfect for this. So yeah, first I was doing that, and then later on, when the sun went out behind the cloud, we used, I thought I had it. Maybe not in this video. Okay. Oh, there it is. So, yep, you can see me setting up the 1200 right there, which we use later through the window. I'd give up on the 4x4. All right, so that's that. What else? Yeah. So as you can see, this is on a scouting day, right? We were trying also figure out what shots we're gonna need for the final ad. Like, let's not waste time on the day figuring out where the camera will be good here, or maybe here, maybe. Let's figure out all the shots. So when we are on the day of shooting, we just go execute right to the shot. So let's play this. But so this will be like the wide shot, and I end up being wider than that. And then we come closer, right? Did I come closer? Yeah, like closer for another shot for the doctor. I mean, there's more shots here when I turn around, but we're not going to talk about those shots today. But yes, these are the location scout or tech scout shots. I took this image it, and I created storyboards. Here I show you how I created the storyboards. I drew by hand, as I'm saying. I'm very analog. I used to be an illustrator in the past, and I didn't want to waste too much time on storyboards, but I also didn't want to draw stick figures, and just didn't want to, bring the footage in and then just either print it or just do it in a computer. It would take hours, maybe a day. So I was like, let's do the easiest way, and the easiest way was using the screen of my scouting camera, which is Blackmagic 6K, and I just go to the footage I need. So it's this one, right? And then I just take the paper and I just put it over, and I just trace it. It's bright. I put the brightness to the max, and I just traced the image, and then I moved on and I just did in other images, right? And I created the whole storyboards from the back of the screen. It didn't take too long, and it looked proportionate. Proportions look right. All the artwork, I didn't have to, make it up. I just traced it. So that's my storyboards process. It was very quick, and this is also where I found out what shots I need, what I don't need, and how we're gonna go through the day. I also had to figure out the order of shots. Let me zoom out for this. These are the shots we're gonna be discussing. So this is the wide shot. This is the last shot of the scene, of the commercial. This is like in the middle when the doctor comes with the dog, or I think this is after he already said the dog is fine and he's about to leave. And this is before that, when he comes with the dog and she doesn't know that the dog is fine. You already seen these. So these were the inspiration for these shots, right? Okay, now I had to figure out the diagram. This was still before I shot the commercial, obviously, just so I don't waste time. And this is good for me. If I didn't have a gaffer, but if I have a gaffer and a grip, so they know what to build, they can have it ready on the side and just, when the time comes, I just say, bring it in. They know exactly where to put it. This is very useful. I do it all the time. Sometimes I even do 3D visualization, previs, in Cinetracer. There's a software you can get, and it's like 3D, and you can just kind of build your space and light it. It's kind of look almost like the real thing, and you can just like go around it with the camera, figure out things, and figure out if your lighting will work. Sometimes you think something in your head and it might not work, right? The 3D will allow you to decide or just aid you. So on the day, and I did it before in the past, and it's quite accurate. So you are like 80% there when you figure it out. But I thought here it's kind of self-explanatory, so I just drew it. If you see these, like you can see there's a lot of going on. Some stuff like this is for another image. I did actually all the shots we need to figure out the lights. I put them on one screen, but for this explanation, I just screenshotted just the area we need, just the shots we need. This is the wide shot. Let's actually go back with the view. Let's go see the whole thing, right? All right, so here we have, I'm gonna rewind this. What do we got? Yeah. So this was first. I did the lighting diagram. Then this is on the day of shooting, and this is the final image from graded. As you can see, it's open gates. Do you see how it is almost rectangle? I mean square. Yeah. First, I had to figure out where the key light is coming from. I did want these kind of, the light spilling on the counter, but the light would never reach her. So I had to fake it a little bit. So there's a light behind this corner. Let me get there. Oh, there you go. There's a light here that's right behind the corner. That is hitting her, that's keying her. That's the key. But I also that was just, she was still kind of dark. So I needed to wrap her with another light. So this, right? I needed to wrap her, maybe a little cheek. That's a wrap. And the wrap is, let me show you. So here I drew it like, yeah, I knew it would be higher. I just didn't have a space here. But the wrap and real practical how we did it. Oh, here it is. So I'm bringing it in. I had it in this lobby first, but then I realized it's just, I can bring it closer. It's right, the edge of the frame is here. I don't need it to be that far. So I brought it as close as I could. It's right on the edge here, right? It's over here. You cannot get any closer. Any more left and you would see it. And you don't put it as high as the 600 here, but you want to wrap her. So that's what I did. There's one particular thing. I wonder if I'm gonna show you later what I did. But let's talk about it. I created this. So on the body, I like that the light on the face is soft, right? Everybody likes that. But I like a little harder light on the rest of the body. So what I did is, I'm trying to remove the diffusion underneath and just scrunch it up, so it gets a little harder on the rest of the body. I think I have it here. Hold on a second. Yeah, you can see it here, right? See how I did it? I just swoop it on the side, just Velcroed it. So what do you think? How you like your light? Just write in comments. Just let me know how you like, soft on the face and hard light on the body, or maybe, because I feel like if it's all soft, it's just, you have one less dimension. It's all about layering your dimensions. Like, let's talk about the final frame for this shot. You can see there's all these layers. Let me change the color. Orange is good. So you have one layer here, and there's another light I didn't mention, right? So there's a light. I thought you were gonna put it here, right? I put a Lico adapter on a 300D. Oh, there it is. Perfect. So there's the light, right? It's just a spotlight with I put a gobo in it. Gobos are those little cutouts you can put in it, and it creates the shape. And I defocused it. It's not perfect, but I like that it does something rather than just being black and or not have the water cool at all. It would be just, imagine there's no water cool. Like what if the image ended here, like right here, right? Way less interesting. Now you have another dimension here. Another dimension, there's something going on. These are the cups, right? Then you have light, dark here. Then you have darker here. Then you have lighter here. So she is a mid-ground, right? Then you have something going on here. She has hair light, a wrap, right? Hair light. Then you have another dimension here. Then you have something here. And then you have background. So they have all these dimensions. So you want to layer it up. That goes to the light too. That's why I did that light on her like that. I wish I had a little more time. So as I said in the beginning, I like the whole commercial about 90%. It's about 90% there, right? It's not 100%. And I'm going to tell you some of the 10%, which I'm not happy about, or like, I wish they were better. So it's this area, right? This little room area. I wish I put another light here, and it's just streaking light on the back. That would be another layer. It would be so much nicer. Really, that's my biggest regret on that commercial. And there's a few others. If I see them, I'll talk about it. So what else is here? There's two more things. There's the light here. That's this light, right? That's the tube, and it's a practical motivation. What I mean by that, these are the practical lights, right? These are the practicals, and I just enhance them by putting that tube light here with a grid and a skirt, and the skirt and the grid just directs it so it doesn't spill on the walls or anywhere else, only where I want it, and it just wraps on their head, right? It just gives them the hair light. And you can see it here a little bit too. Right, you can see it here. You can see it here. You can see it here. So it adds another dimension, and it looks real. It looks like the lights are doing it. It's partially could be, but I think that bulb enhances it. So I always do this when I see a practical. I can use it as a motivation. So that was the last light, and then the last thing here is the floppy. And the floppy, I used it here. You can see it here. So I used it. I backed it off quite a bit. It just creates more contrast, but I thought we had so much contrast. I even wonder if it would be better without the floppy. I think the floppy, the negative fill, sometimes it's too much. I know there are people who they're proponent of bring as much neg as possible, like wrap all the background with 12 by 20, like everything you don't see behind here, like right. I'm sorry. Ooh. Nope, wrong. I needed a pen. But anything you don't see behind, just wrap it with black. I mean, we could have done it. It would be way more time. But the worst is, like, I think it would be too crunchy, meaning it would be too much contrast. Like, look how much contrast is already, and this is just backed off floppy, like, so far. Let me know what you think. Write a comment. Let me know what you think about using negative fill, how you use it, how much you use, and if you use any at all. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. I want to learn it. I want to learn how to use it right. But that's what I did with the floppy. Let's talk about the second scene, right? This is the shot. It's pretty much the same. I just have to make sure the two people are lit correctly. The only thing I did here, I think I just moved the light, this wrap, the wrap light. Let's actually find it out. Yeah, I moved the light a little closer. Right. What else is here? Yeah, you can see a little wider shot what I did here, but it's just much closer. Yeah. So that's there. Last shot was a little closer than before, but I didn't change much. I asked him, I cheated a little bit the blocking. I asked the actor to come closer to the camera. The only thing I got to talk about here is the choice of camera, the movement of camera. All the other two shots were steady, and this one was on an easy rig. And there's a reason for it. I could easily put it on a stick. That wasn't a problem. There's a logic behind why certain shots are on an easy rig and why some shots are on sticks. And later on, we also have a slider, like a dolly, Dana dolly. And I'm gonna go to the first slide, the actual commercial, to talk about it a little bit. But this commercial is very emotional. There is emotion of her not knowing if the surgery went well, right? Then the doctor comes and says, the surgery went well. Don't worry, she'll be fine. So she is relieved. And then she goes to the receptionist and she's waiting for a big bill, as usually it is. And she said, you all said the insurance took care of it. And she's relieved again, and then she leaves. And I'm gonna play this again, but watch the camera movement. I am first shot, second shot, and then this shot also, and this one is on an easy rig because I want to create a feeling of uneasy. We don't know yet if we're okay. But when we get to the doctor, when he says the doctor will be fine, it's steady. Do you see it? Look at right now. It sticks, right? So that's why we're doing that shot. I was showing you. She is still not on the sticks. She could have been on a stick, but it's like she just got the news. So I tried to keep the easy rig as steady as possible. It could have been sticks too. I think we were at that point, we were like, let's just get it done, right? But maybe could have been sticks. Who knows? All right, later on, we did the other shots. We're not going to talk about it right now. But, she gets relief and that she doesn't have to pay the bill. And this is the last shot. And that's also on sticks. Yep. So that's the commercial. Please let me know if you have any questions about anything. Do you do spec commercials? Do you like doing spec commercials? Do you think that's a bad idea doing spec commercials? If you have a
questions about any kind of gear and about why we lit certain way or something, maybe suggestion, maybe how could we done better, and any other questions about choice of wardrobe or anything you would like to ask, please ask me below. Subscribe. I cannot wait to tell you about the next few shots. So I see you in the next episode. Take care.